Phytoplankton is really important. For all those people who don't know what phytoplankton is, it's a single-celled plant that lives in the ocean, and it takes nutrients from the water, CO2 from the air, and produces fatty acids that are really, really, really important for the food chain. Many years ago, they thought there were 100,000 different types of phytoplankton. Now they think there are a million types. So if you ever go into a store and someone says, phyto is phyto, they're full of it. It's not true. It's like saying food's food. You know, popcorn's different than steak, different than, you know, broccoli and salmon. It's all different, it has different stuff that's critical to the marine food chain. So phytoplankton is really important. In addition to phytoplankton being a food source, phytoplankton also helps condition water quality. Phytoplankton will bind up heavy metals and take out nitrates and phosphates, extra nutrients, and typically grow. Usually there's not enough stuff in a marine tank, a reef tank, for it really to bloom out. So additions of phyto are very important. And a word of caution, when using phyto or anything, you always build up slowly if you've never added it to your system, right? So if you read about phyto, you see this video and you think phyto is the latest, greatest, best thing in the world when it's really been around for billions of years, and you dump a whole bottle in your tank and having done it before, you'll see something happen. So always start off slow and build up. But typically once you build up, you can add phyto every single day and you'll see great response from all sorts of filter feeders, corals, inverts, and all your bug life will thrive, which is really important. So AlgaGen's been around since 2002, and we were focused primarily on phytoplankton production, but then we bumped into some guy, Andrew Ryan, if you know him, and Andrew talked us into working on copepods, and we did. Now we are one of the larger producers, and we have certainly one of the larger collection of copepods around, period. We feed our copepods live phyto, and we find that it gives us the best results. So I want to go over some things. So AlgaGen has numerous products. We have phyto products and we have pods, but today's going to talk about phyto. So over here we have 4 of our typical phytos. And we have our reef blend, which is a 9-species blend of phytoplankton. It has everything, numerous things in there, plus zooxanthellae. The green water really is one type, maybe 2 types of green algae. The copepod blend are 2 types of brown algae, specifically designed to grow copepods, and the zooxanthellae. You should know what zooxanthellae is, and if you don't, zooxanthellae is an algae that lives in the tissue of corals and clams. It's a symbiont. It helps corals and clams thrive, one of the ways that they thrive, right? So all these things can be used differently. The reef blend is a really nice kind of broad spectrum feed for everything in tank diversity, right? Everyone likes diversity. I mean, how do you like to be eating lettuce every day for your life? It drives you crazy, right? You gotta spice it up a little bit. In addition, the fatty acid profiles, the nutritional profiles in this bottle complement each other. The green water really is great as a general feed, but it's also great for raising rotifers, not copepods. And the copepod blend is great for raising copepods. So what we use in-house for raising copepods. It's also good for clams and various other bugs, right? Those things. And zooxanthellae, well, zooxanthellae is great to add when your corals are bleaching. Even if your corals aren't bleaching or stressed or going kind of pastel, you add it to your water, and chances are your corals will take it in. You'll see they'll brighten up over time, and certainly the health will be noticeable. The other thing I want to point out now is phytoplankton on the market. So over the years, we've heard from numerous hobbyists, which, you know, people think green is clean and brown, well, you know, I don't want my tank looking like a cesspool. Well, it turns out there's a lot to talk about here. So some of these brown algae were isolated off reefs in Tahiti. Tahitian isochrysis is one, if you know your genus species, or have you ever heard of Tiiso? That came off a reef in Tahiti, and just saying, it's a brown algae found on a reef. So adding brown algae to your tank will not make your tank look like a cesspool. As a matter of fact, it's kind of the next level higher up in fatty acids. Omega-3s are very important for the reef, and a lot of these browns have them. And the greens are also great in fatty acids. Many people like working with green algae because they're weeds and they grow really fast and really well. They're not bad. In my opinion, they're not as complete as some of the browns. So I prefer feeding browns, but I do feed greens as well to my reef tank. So what you see, the dark jar is, has more phyto in it. You can tell it's just dense. And really, if you're going to buy phyto, that's the kind of stuff you want to buy. You're getting more for your money. We've seen phyto on the market for $12, $15 for an 8-ounce bottle that looks like this. That's mostly water. You're getting ripped off, in my opinion. If I'm buying stuff, I want to make sure I'm getting great value for my buck. And so I look for the darker phyto. See the difference? You must be able to see the difference, right? See how dark green that one is and see how light this is? And literally, we've seen products on the market that look like this. So if you're out buying phyto and you're using phyto and you want to just evaluate, shake up your bottle, put it in a jar and take a look. If it looks like water, you're getting water, and you're probably not getting your money's worth. All right? So I think on that note, I'm going to just wrap it up here. The next video we're going to do a series and we'll be talking about copepods, the different families and the benefits. And so stay tuned. Thank you.